Okay, well, welcome everybody. Now we are finally getting started. Welcome to this workshop for entrepreneurs. And the title of this session is called Writing the Best Email in English. And of course, whatever you're trying to do determines what kind of email you're going to write. My name is Sela Gitlin. I am talking to you from fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, United States of America. I have been working for Lingolern for 2 years now. I just had my 2-year anniversary yesterday, in fact, and I have been teaching business English and entrepreneurs and business owners for 27 years this year. And I can tell you that every day of my job has been a delight because I've been able to meet really great people like you from all over the world who are ambitious, who are hardworking, and who want to move ahead in life. And so I've been very lucky to be around such positive and intelligent and hardworking students my entire career. So thank you very much for showing up. So like I said, today we're going to be talking about writing the best email in English. Now, before we really get started and I tell you what you need to know, I have a very short assignment for you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to pretend that you have a company. You have a company that needs money, a lot of money. And in fact, the company that you need needs millions of dollars. We're talking not, $20 to start a Kickstarter campaign. We're talking millions of dollars. You have a well-formed out idea. Now, what I want you to do is think of the name of your company, and you can just write this down on a text or a piece of paper, it doesn't matter, just the name of your company. I want you to write down the sector of your business. This could be, it could be, software, medical devices, I don't know, agribusiness, hospitality, any kind of sector. What field is it in? I want you to think about your product or your service. Okay. Do you have drones? Do you have hairstyling products? Do you have machines that make the heart go better? Do you have a service that walks people's dogs by remote? Okay, and again, somebody's become the presenter here, and Alina, I can see your computer, and I'm sure you don't want us to see your password. So try not to become the presenter. It would be better if you didn't do that. Sorry, now I'm looking for, where are we? There we go, your product or your service. Then I want you to think about how much you need. Because you're going to be writing an email asking for millions of dollars, and whoever you're going to send it to, not in the real world, although maybe in the real world a little bit down the road, but for today's exercise, you're going to need to give this information, how much you need and why. We're not talking about a one-page business plan, but you are going to have a chance to write a sample email, and then we can look at it during the class. Whoever wants to volunteer, I'm not going to demand that you show me your work. Okay, so just be thinking about that as I start the kind of presentation. All right, now we're going to start with the presentation part of the workshop. And here it is. It's called How to Write an Email to Raise Venture Capital. In other words, to raise money for your business. Now, I'll read this aloud. In an ideal world, you'd have a warm introduction to a venture capital partner. Now, a warm introduction means somebody you know knows them. Hey, Bill, I'd like you to meet my friend Bob. Bob's interested in medical devices. He's got a company he's thinking of getting going, and I thought the two of you should meet. That's a warm introduction. But most of the time, the world isn't ideal. Now, it's not perfect. It just is what it is. Therefore, sometimes you're left trying to find venture capital by sending a cold email. A cold email means they don't know you. They don't know anything about you. You don't have any mutual friends. You're not on LinkedIn. You're just like some random email that shows up in their inbox, and you're saying, please give me, $6 million. Wow, if you're going to do that, your email really has to be powerful. Look, sending cold emails is not a complete waste of time. Right? Okay, I'm going to... Sorry. Oh, my goodness. Sorry, guys. I'm looking for... Right, I'm going to put everybody on mute. There we go. I think we had Yurbi just join, and he was a little loud, so I put you on mute. So welcome, Yurbi. Hope you can hear me. But anyway, so sending cold emails is not a complete waste of time. In fact, about half of venture capital firms actually do publish their email addresses online. I mean, you're welcome to write to them. A lot of these are really hungry. It's not all just who you know. Still, it's hard. Okay, so because it's hard, because you're trying to get over very important information just in writing, there are really two rules. Keep it simple. That's rule 1. Rule 2, don't make mistakes. Don't make mistakes. So, how do you do that? All right, your title. Your title in the subject line, right, that little bit at the top, that should be the name of your company, right, like Stank Face Software. Or you can use Stank Face Software, the name of your company, plus the details of the raise. Is it Series A? Is it Series B? What is it? But it's usually Series B. And then the number, raising how much? 3 million, 10 million, 1 million, half a million, 20 million. Okay, very simple. You don't have to do anything more than that. Now you're into the actual email. Introductory sentence. Hi, Bill. I'm Bob. Dear Mr. So-and-so, I'm so-and-so. Very, very quick. You can put your title. I'm Julie Smith from, I don't know, Stank Face Software. I'm the CEO, or I'm the marketing director, or whatever. Just very, very simple. Now, here it is. You want to have 2 to 3 sentences that describe the problem that you're solving and how you solve it. This is important because really, these things have to be crisp and tight. Otherwise, they're not going to read anything else. You need to prove that you're a clear communicator. My company, Stank Face Software, is launching a new mobile app that will revolutionize how people buy books online. All right, you're competing with Amazon. You're coming up with an alternative to Amazon. We will do this by having library chips embedded in everyone's nightstand so they can just order, while they're reading and falling asleep. Just simple. I mean, that's a ridiculous example, but you see what I mean. We're going to do this. This is how we're going to do it. All right. Now, here's the, in a way, it's the trickier part. Here's your, like, 3 to no more than 8 bullet points. Who are you? Why should they give you $5 million, $10 million, $20 million, right? How big is your company? Are you some guy in his, you know, mother's back bedroom? Or do you have 50 to 100 employees or 200 employees? You know, what's the scale? Who are they dealing with? How large is your company? How much money have you raised so far? You know, so far we've already raised $5 million out of the $12 million we need. Therefore, we're looking for this. If you've already raised money, let them know, because that kind of does some work for them, right? It's saying, well, somebody else kind of went through this dance with you, and they thought it was worth, you know, investing several $1 million into this firm. Maybe we'll do it. And then any other important points. You might talk about the market potential. You might talk about recent trends in the market. That's really more for a kind of perspective. But again, it really depends on what type of idea that you're pitching. Okay, and I've left that deliberately vague because there are as many products and services as there are people in the world. Okay, but really 3 to 8 bullet points, how big your company is, how much you've raised, and anything else important. Okay. Now, one short closing sentence with a clear ask. What is an ask? Well, those of you who studied grammar, as I'm sure you all did, just like me, we know that to ask is a verb, but in English, particularly in business English, we often turn nouns into verbs and even verbs into ask, like close, you know, go for the close. Okay, well, close is a verb, but now we're using it like a noun. So one short closing sentence with a clear ask. What a clear ask is ask the person to do something and be clear about it. Don't be like, here's all this stuff about my company, best wishes, right? What are they supposed to do? Do you want to talk to them? Are they supposed to call you? Are they going to call you? Or are you supposed to call them? What do you do, right? So you have one short closing sentence with a clear ask. For example, please let me know if this interests you as an investment. Please let me know if you'd like to invest. And I'd be happy to connect however you prefer. That is just a really nice way to very tightly say, you can call me, you can email me, you can Skype me, we can have a WebEx call, we can go to meeting, we can meet in town, I will fly from Beijing to San Francisco to talk to you. I really don't care, just however you prefer. Nice, tight, quick, open sentence that says, let's do this. Okay, and then the last thing, you have the pitch deck attached to the email. Now, this is a funny thing. A pitch deck is kind of a new term. I mean, at least it's new in terms of it's not used in everyday language, but basically it's saying it's a brief PowerPoint or spreadsheet or Word document or some kind of presentation. It could just be a link to a video if you have that. And it's a brief PowerPoint or presentation of your company and your pitch. So you're really kind of doing it, you know, the email is the kind of teaser. The pitch deck is really kind of a mini presentation, so that also has to be very good. It's got to be very powerful because you're kind of moving through a series of gates. First, you got to get somebody to read the email. Then you got to get the right person to read the email. Then you got to get them to actually read it and not throw it away, and open the pitch deck, and read it or listen to it or look at it. And they have to be impressed enough, and it's got to be clear enough so they can think that if they're not the ones to handle it, that somebody else in their company might be. So it really depends on what kind of VC firm that you're dealing with. Some have a very narrow sector, and it's, you know, a couple of guys usually. Some are huge, and they have different sectors, different subdivisions, different specialists, and that kind of thing. So things have to be very concise, tight, clear, no guessing. No, I'm not sure what he means. What is he getting at? I don't get it. What? No, okay, next. Right? People are inundated. If you have, let's put it this way, if you have a lot of money, everybody wants to know you. And because of that, you're going to be, you know, turning people away a lot. Okay.